What's going on YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a player model similar to capuchins, similar to gorilla tags. Like have a look at the hands. You guys won't get these exact hands. I'll do another tutorial later, hand orientated. But the model itself, you will have hands. It just will be similar to capuchins instead of gorilla tags. But your model should look pretty similar to this. I'll also teach you guys how to make this little mask around the face to make it look way better. But to get started, all you gotta do is go Shift A, Mesh, Cube, go to this little wrench icon at the right hand side, blue, add modifier, subdivision surface. Once you've done that, you just want to go File, Export, FBX, export it as like head or body, whatever you want to name it. Once you've done that, delete the one that's in here, go File, Import, FBX, go to wherever you exported it. Mine's named body right here. The reason why you do that is so then the look of it goes better. Because if you have a look, now it's got a blue ring around it. If you just applied the modifier, it will be glitched out. It's really hard to explain. But once you've done this, you just want to tap off, tap back on, or just double click it, whatever, and then press tab. And then you want to flatten these like little points here. So I'll be back once I've flattened them all. Alright guys, so I'm back. So I've just flattened all the things out. I haven't flattened these points here. If you want to do that, it will just give it a more squared look. I like it squared but still cylindery. So you have it like this. Then you want to go here, go to the blue wrench, add modifier, subdivision surface. So now it gives like a circly squared look, like capuchins. And what I do is I just tap on it, Control C, Control V, G and then Z. So that will move it up, just like this. So basically, once you've got it like that, oh, hold on. Once you've got it like this, you just want to scale this one. Just scale it until you get the like width. So you can just use these side bits, but I like doing S for scale. And then you press Z and whatever. And you just want to make it until it's your desired, shape. We will be doing more edits to it. But I like that. Sorry if you guys can hear my dogs barking. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry, my dogs wouldn't stop barking. Basically, once you've got your desired shape, oops, I wasn't on. Okay. So just shrink it down until you've got your desired shape. Once you've done that, we will do some texturing later and some more edits. But you want to import your little thing that you've, imported before for the body and the head. So just do that again. Tap on it. And don't move any vertices, just subdivide it. Because now if you have a look, it's a circle, but it's still a little bit squared. You can kind of see it here. So once you've done that, you just want to shrink it. And then move it to wherever you want. So obviously, like it's at the arm, so you want it on the arm. And I like to go to the side view and scale it until you think it's the good arm thickness. Front view, and then I like to just enlarge it, GX, and I like to push it in until this part just touches, just like that. So I still think it's a little bit too thick, so I just want to enlarge it a fair bit. I mean, shrink it a fair bit, sorry, my bad. Also, you want to drag it up a little bit more than what you think. So I like to do it, if you see this little ridge here, I'll put this little point in the ridge, and then that will be up enough. So front view, you want it to go in, just like this. And then Control C, Control V. You want to put this here. So these parts here are about that gap, because that gives like a little arm divot thing. just want to shrink this one down just a little bit. Not too much, because it's just a lower arm. Just like this. And if you see here, how this is super pointy, you can go to edit mode by going tab on the thing. Tap this little vertice. Just drag it in. That's what I like to do anyway, because then it gives that little part. And then if it's still, you know, not enough. Also, the way I'm going to like side views and stuff, you see here, you can like tap on these things, and it gives the top view, side view, and you can tap the, you can tap whatever you want, and then it gives that view. You can also tap the same thing to go to X and Y and Z and stuff. But anyway, once you've got this, also middle mouse button makes you look. Yeah, whatever. So once you've gotten like the arm, like this, what you want to do is on like the collection, you just want to hide everything by pressing the eyes. Shift A, mesh, and then cube. Tab, face selection, next to the edit mode thing, face selection. Tap these side ones. Press E and then tap instantly. Or not, it doesn't have to be instantly. Press X and then Z, and then I like to hold Control. And try to just make 3 squares that are about the same as the middle one. Tap these ones, so hold Shift when tapping, otherwise it won't work. E tap, top view, and then hold Control and then do like a few clicks until you get it to however much you want. So you need to do that twice. So you've got 1, 2, 3 squares. So 3 by 3. And then uncheck the middle one by holding Shift again, top view, E tap, hold Control, move this out. Don't worry, the hands aren't going to be squared. We will be doing some stuff. If you go to the side view, tap this one, top view again, E tap, hold Control, and then just drag this out as well. I like to drag it up. Go to the rotate tool, hold Control. That's not the one. Hold Control and use the blue one. And then try to drag it like that. So now that you've got it like this, you want to go to object mode by pressing tab again. Add modifier, subdivision surface. So now it looks like that. You can keep it pointy, or you can press 2, which I like to do. Now it's smoother. Go to this one, press tab, face selection still, tap this one, then go to vertice selection, which is right here. And then you want to go to the scale tool and move it on the Z, like not Z, the red one, until they just touch or just over touching. It doesn't really matter. And now you've got a hand. You can make the fingers longer if you want. You can edit it to your desired thing. So I'm going to make the thumb smaller. The fingers aren't long enough, so I'm going to do that. Basically, yep, that's what you want to do. You can make it fatter if you want, but also grab this one, press E. This is going to be where your wrist will bend at. So this is just going to be like a little wrist joint. So the hand itself here doesn't bend, only this part will, and you won't even be able to see that. So once you've got this, if that's your hand, so you can unhide everything. And then rotate this. So I think it's like, it depends on how you've got it, so that's not correct. That way, there we go. So, and then scale it. It's going to be huge because, yeah, GZ about there, and then X to put it right here. So that's a very small hand, so you just want to enlarge it. And you see how that part's in the hand, but the actual hand isn't in the hand. So when we rig it, so you want to make it show just a little bit. So that's the arms, and I can already tell that these arms are huge. I'm not going to mess around with it, but yeah. Once you've done that, go to the top view after pressing this, like all of these. Control C, Control V, top view. Go to the rotate tool, move the blue one or whatever one it is, and basically just make it so it's straight that way. And then just move it in. Go to the front facing view again, and then what I like to do is center it a little bit, and tap on this one, and then tap on this one, and make sure it's centered so that it's like the exact same. So I can already see that this one's more out, this one's more in. So because the arms are actually very long, I'm just going to move these ones in just a little bit more. Tap on this one, tap on this one. So that's about even. Now you've got arms. The arms are very long. I know this is not going to be my model. But basically, once you've done that, you want to go File, Export, FBX, go to wherever you want to save it. So I'm going to go into Downloads. Tut model not finished. Test arms, just whatever. Save that. And then you just want to import that into your game. So, and then make sure you've got Photon VR. That's the only way it's going to work. So go Resources, Photon VR Player, or just Photon, or anything. If you know how to do it with Normcore, good for you. I don't. So what you want to do, drag it in, and my scale is going, I'm going to turn off autosave. My scale is going to be 0.23, I think. It's around that, because we haven't really scaled it. So the reason why we're putting it in, it's nowhere near finished, guys. 0, 0, 0 for the position, and then just move it down. So I'm just testing the arm length. Yeah, see, the arm length is huge. But basically, if you guys have already got a model, this is how you test the arm length. You just put it against your other model. If you guys don't know, like if you guys don't have a model at the moment, then ignore that. You can test it later. Basically, my arm length is huge, so you can just shrink it. I'm not going to do that because I can't be bothered. But because if you exported it, press A, delete, File, Import, FBX, Downloads, and find your model. This one right here. And the reason why we do that is because then everything is now applied. So when we press Tab, all this is like that. So go to your face. So press Tab. If you go to your face, actually wait, no, we're gonna join everything. So tap on your body, because this is what we want to join everything into, the body. So then whenever you add colors, your body textures you want to change, and your arms and all that stuff. Then press A, then press join. So now everything's one object. We can just move it. If you don't move it, but like, you know what I mean. Also, Control Z just erases whatever you do. I'm pretty sure in Blender it's Control Y if you want to redo whatever you did. Now, press Tab. Alright, guys. So basically, once you're on the edit mode, if you want to subdivide this, and select these ones, right, all the way down to these ones. So the middle part, but not the edges. Go to your side view, drag this out to your liking. This is going to be the mouth. Once you've done that, that's your face almost done. Well, pretty much done. We will be making it so there's no divot here. You'll see. Tap on the model again, press Tab. Select these ones. Subdivide it. The reason why you subdivide it is, in my opinion, it just makes it 100 times easier. Go to the side view again. Just, hold on. Subdivide it one more time, my bad. I need to select these ones. There we go. I'm going to add the gut. I don't know if you've played Capuchin. If you have, they've got like a little gut, but it's fatter and not actually just dragged out. It's really hard to explain. Now, for the back, if you don't want the back to be so pushed out, you can just do that. So now it looks a little bit fat. You don't have to do that, that's optional, but I like it because it makes it have more character to it. And now, before we texture it and rig it, we need to tap on the model, so go tab and tab. Shade smooth. And if you have a look now, everything, there's no divots anymore. Like, of course there's still divots, but yeah. So press tab, and we're going to press A. Then this little icon down here, the little sphere with a red bowl, like the red bowl down here, material properties. Tap on that. Press this little plus 3 times because we want 3 textures. Face, fur, and then chest fur. And tap on the top one. Press new. Press this little base color. Press this little yellow sphere, and then press image texture. Press open, and then find the fur that you want on your player. So mine's going to be this one. And you're not going to be able to see your textures, It's just going to look like this. So you want to, at the very top right corner, you're going to see this little bowl that looks like this, but just white and black. Press on that, and now you can see your texture. And if you have a look at your hands, they're going to be very broken. So what you do is press tab, make sure everything is selected, and then at the top you'll see UV editing. Press A, right click, unwrap, UV, unwrap, smart UV project, okay. So now it's going to do this, just press S, and just scale this out. It depends on your texture, but I like to scale it out a fair bit. And now if you have a look, the textures are perfect. Oops, I don't know what the fuck I just did. Then yeah, so obviously the face is covered and all that stuff, so press tab. We want to select the chest fur now, so do this, chest fur, just select your chest where you want the fur. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay, once you've got everything selected, press on the one below, the material 5 or whatever yours is, mine's material 5. Press new, base color, the yellow dot, image texture, press open, and then look for the one that you want for your thing. So I want the same texture and I'll color it in Unity, but you can't do that, it's going to break in Unity. So just do a different texture, then go to UV editing again. So once you've done that, if you have a look here, it's going to be very broken apart. That's why we do unwrap, because then it puts it together. But then when you do UV and then unwrap and then smart UV project, it will pull it apart again but make it better. But with the chest, we don't want that. So just press unwrap and scale it to your liking. Because now if you have a look at the chest, I forgot to press a sign. So press tab. Make sure you press a sign, by the way, to your textures. If you have a look at the texture, it's not flowing the way I want it. It's flowing right instead of down. So go tab, UV editing. That means I want to rotate it until it's flowing the correct way. So now it's flowing up. So I know to rotate it all the way around. And the face is going to be a little bit difficult. And now to scale this up until it's to your liking. So that's too much. I'm actually going to scale it in. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it because, yeah. Once you've done that, press tab again and now select your face. Just like that, go to the next material thing, press that, press a sign, press new, press a little yellow dot, base color, image texture, press open, go to download, scroll down, find your texture, so I want this one, press a sign, again, go to UV editing. This isn't what I wanted to do. Hold on. So this one, tab, assign, now UV editing. Okay, whatever. If it does this and it's like not where you want it, just press this little X, press open, and then find your texture again, because then it will kind of just reset it. There we go. And see how it's broken apart? You want to go unwrap. Do not do the UV. And I can see that this here is the mouth part. So we want to rotate that so it's on the mouth. And then scale this down until it's somewhat in a good spot. So you can press G to move it. So I know that that's the eyes. We want to scale this up, widen it. And if you have a look, it's almost symmetrical. So just make it perfect. So almost perfect. Doesn't have to be completely perfect, but like, yeah, just make it somewhat good. And make sure it's also zoomed out a little bit, but zoomed in enough because we're going to cut around this. So like that. And right here in the collections, you're going to see this little 3-liney thing here. It's called editor type. Press the little arrow and then do UV editor. Make sure you go tab. Now you're going to be in this. It's going to be a different thing. So you just want to press select. No, not select, my bad. Oh, sorry, my bad. Just drag this out so then you get this part. It's a little bit awkward and I'm still new to this. So yeah, scroll down and you're going to find your face. Now you can zoom this back in like this. Zoom it in. The reason why we have this here is so that we can kind of see where we're cutting. Go go to the Y, or whatever your front thing is. Now with all of your face selected, you want to go to this little cut tool. On the left hand side, you'll see knife. And you kind of just want to draw around it, but also make sure you keep a little gap. If you want to draw around it, you have to tap. And then... So right now I'm just tapping. At some spots you can just hold it, like where the little joins are. Because, yeah. So you just want to draw around the face outlining thing. Okay, so once you've done that, obviously I rushed mine. Get out of cut tool by pressing this little move tool or whatever you want to be on, or even just press W. And now you just want to select this outer bit. Make sure it's actually the outer bit, just like yeah, whatever. Because now that you've done that, you can already see that the face. So you want to tap on your material 5 or whatever yours is, the fur texture. Just press assign. And now it's going to be a little bit weird around the face sometimes. Mine's very jagged because I rushed mine. I wasn't taking my time. But basically, that's how you texture it now. And also, if you don't want this UV editor here, you can just press this little drop down and press outliner. So obviously, I rushed my face. I didn't take my time with it because it's just a tutorial. But basically, what you guys want to do now is press your front-facing view again. Press Shift A, mesh. No, not mesh. Sorry, armature. Press this little guy down here. Viewpoint display. Press in front, and then press tab. Now tap the actual bone part here. Now press G and then Z or whatever your thing is, and drag it down to about here. Tap on this little dot here. Press G and then Z again. Drag it up to about like here, and then press E to there, E to there, EX, just so it's straight, because I'm sick of, yeah. And now this part's important. Well, they all are. You want to put them on the joints. This one, you put it a little bit out of the joint. The reason why you put it a little bit out of the joint is so then this part, your chest doesn't bend, but your arm does. Now this part, like I said, is a little bit important. You want to put this, like a little bit in here, but also a little bit in the hand. So then it will, bend at the joint that we made. And now you want to press E. You want to tap it to about here. And then press E again. You want to tap it to about there. So that's the base of the finger. Then you want to go to the middle of the finger. Just not the tip, and then the tip. So when you animate it, you're going... Sorry about that. You're going to be moving it at these bones. These two. And this one. So it'll bend there, it will bend there, and it'll bend there. It won't bend here. And then, yeah. So tap this. E. Base. And then E. To the middle. Hold on. I'm just going to center it. Okay. So middle. Just not the tip. And then the tip. Same thing here. And then you want to grab this one once again. E. Drag it about there. E. 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 And then same thing. You can rewind the video if I'm going too fast because I've already said what to do. Make sure you also select the dots because they're the joints. Now once you've done that, if the rigging is almost complete, you want to just add a neck, so tap on this one, press E, and then press E. And if you want, you can name it. I will name these, so just tap on this one, press F2. If you're on 60%, mine's FN and then 2. So this is my left hand, so L hand, go across this one is R hand. And then I like to just name this one shoulder R. Shoulder L or L shoulder, whatever. And then shoulder R. The reason why we do that is so that we can know what ones to drop down to get to the hand. Now just go to the top view, select this dot and this dot, press E and then X. What the fuck? Oh, that's no, not E and X. Sorry, E and then Y. Drag that out. Make sure it goes in. So wherever your face is, has to go into your face. It doesn't matter about the wrist ones that I'm doing right now. The reason why I'm doing the wrist ones is just a placeholder. So then E and then Y, and then just drag it back there. And then tap on every single one. Well, just tap on one at a time. Go to this little bone down here. Uncheck deform for legit all of them. And then Alt P, clear parent. Alt P, clear parent. Alt P, clear parent. And then Alt P, clear parent. Now tap on these two. And then press G, and then for me it's Y. Drag it out, not too much. So they don't actually do anything. They're just placeholders, but they do something. It's really hard to explain. And then go to object mode. So by tapping tab again. Select on your model and then the bone. And then press Control P. And then do with automatic weights. And now your model is complete. So you just want to go File, Export, FBX. So whatever you want. Player finished. It's not even how you spell it, but whatever. Export it and then go to your game. You can just you right click and press import new asset, or you can just go to wherever it is, which is what I do. And import it. Last thing, if you guys do not have fast IK, you want to go to window. No, not window. Just go to the link in my description and you'll see fast IK. Also, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and also join my Discord. But we're not finished. You just want to import your model. My model's here. So obviously the chest fur is different, but make sure the rotation is exactly how you want it. So you want it to be facing the front, which is 180. What am I doing? Okay. And then mine, we got the scale before. I think mine's actually 0.2, 0.22 maybe. I don't know. Just try to get your rotation, and scale correct. Okay, I'm turning off autosave because it's annoying me. Basically, put it in. If you guys don't have a player model, like I said already, what you can do is you'll see the VR head. And this is what I like to do to get it in a good spot. So you just drag it out, and then you make it so the player model, like this thing, is more out than the actual player model, especially because we've got a mouth. Once you've done that, you just want to disable the VR head, or Control S, and now go to your materials. So make sure you've imported your textures that you've used for the model. So mine will be here. So I just want to also drag this onto head real quick, and then go right click, prefab, unpack. Before I do the textures, I'm just going to quickly do this. So you want to go bone, shoulder, and then go and drop these down until you see L hand and right hand. Add component. Make sure you select both of them. Fast IK fabric. Just, tap on L hand. Drag in your left hand. And we didn't name the pole, so just find it. It'll be one of these 4 bones here. So that's the hand. That's that one. So this is R pole. Sorry, I forgot to name it in thing, which means this one will be L pole. Okay, L pole. Once we've done that, go to your left hand, drag in your L pole, go to your right hand, drag in a right hand target, and then R pole. So the reason why we've got the poles, they don't actually do anything. We haven't set them up. They're just placeholders. But yeah. So you see how your model's shiny and stuff? If you want to go to your textures, so mine is here. And what I like to do is drag it onto the player, and then Control Z. Drag on the chest one, Control Z. If you drag on the face one, and then Control Z, and then it will create a materials folder, and then you'll have your chest fur and normal fur. So on all of them, hold Control, select them all, and then turn off the smoothness, and also in the advanced options, which I think is just with UIP, turn off these two options. Now just drag on your face, now it's not shiny, drag on your chest fur, drag on your normal fur, and boom, you've now got a player model. Also, with the L hand and right hand, you want to go to the rotation, you'll make them 0, 0, 0, and then you want to go to 90, negative 90, whatever way is facing your front. And now you've got a rigged player model that works. So I'm going to save this. And I'll quickly show you. Yep. So if you have a look, as long as it's worked. If you look, rigged player model, your arms don't bend in backwards. Your hands can move. Finger movements will be next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And also join the Discord, which will also be linked in the description. But anyway, see ya.